Good morning, Don. With UPL on the ice and Dustin not, can we properly deduce that Dustin's playing tonight and UPL would probably play tomorrow?
Yes, great job. I mean, tried to fool you, Mike. I tried to fool you, and I tried, but no, that's it. That's what we'll do. I think it's better for UPL to see one more night, and it's going to be a split. It was going to be a split anyway, we felt, and give him another night. And from the bench, I think that's good, and he'll be in there tomorrow as the plan.
And just how is he doing physically? I mean, I'm sure he's fine if you're playing him, but just how has it been this week having him around, just making sure, checking in with him that he's okay?
Yeah, I mentioned how important I felt that was to give him that time to acclimate, sit through meetings. There has been a blend. Guys are, you see him talking to guys more, older guys more, a mix of guys, a natural progression in that. Which I think is a big part of this. The other guys invested in his first start. Maybe they block another shot. Maybe they work a little harder, concentrate a little more. So I think that all factors in. And the biggest thing is his comfort level increases every day. So that's more of what goes into this decision because of the back-to-back. It just makes sense to give him another day for all of that to hopefully improve even more.
What about Will Borgen? Is he going to be ready to go today? And if so, who would come out?
He is. We'll pull Colin Miller out and then pair Bryson and Borgen together. There's familiarity there. Leave Matthias with Risto. I think that's been real good. As I mentioned, Risto's done a nice job with young players, and I think that's going well in that regard.
Hey, Don, sorry, Adam Benini, just trouble getting unmuted there. I wanted to ask you about after the last Boston game, you used the word competitiveness, as I recall, a lot, and talked about how you knew a lot of the guys over there and how competitive that organization was. And while you've had a lot of impact and raised the level of competitiveness within your own team, suggested maybe, as I read it anyway, that you needed to kind of get that bar a little bit higher against this team specifically. Can you just talk to me about what your message is to the players heading into tonight, given the run Boston's had against you, and maybe what all goes into that in a situation like this? Because you'd think they'd be more motivated or as motivated against this team than any.
Yeah, I would think. Well, I know our guys are motivated against anybody right now. They really have a genuine excitement about the next game, which has been great for me and our coaching staff to have that, because that means they're more focused in a meeting, even in practice and when they come to the rink. So that's been a positive. The competitive, what I mentioned about Boston is they have a lot of competitors, which a handful of those guys I've coached and been on benches with, have relationships with them. They are very competitive. That was not a knock on us or any lack of competitiveness. The game the other night, we didn't make the game simple for ourselves. We complicated some simple things. Maybe puck placement wasn't good. We didn't put pucks to areas that we could pursue and put more pressure on them. So we hope to do that a little better tonight, and give ourselves a better chance to even compete harder. I guess we showed competitive and resolve to keep the game close and tight and have a chance to be in it all the way to the end. So I don't want to discredit our players in that regard, but we are clearly an evolving team. Like there's just no question about it. We are not where we want to be. As I said 4 weeks ago or whatever it's been, we need to get better, and that continues to be our focus. We're trying to win a game tonight, but the ultimate goal is to make sure we lay it on the line so hard that we become a better team, and that's the focus. And I'm not sure if I answered. Did you have something else in there that I didn't cover? You're on mute again.
No, you answered it. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Don, John Worrell. Adam kind of stole my question, so I guess I'm going to ask the follow-up on this. And does it help in your experience, having a younger team, a team that guys who are far more hungrier to establish themselves and get their with their first a lot of them getting their first opportunities to get them to buy in. And is there a challenge? Would it be more challenging with maybe an older team? If you kind of get my drift, I'm not sure if I asked that question properly, but that's essentially where I'm going.
Yeah, if we had an older team and we were where we are at in the standings, we would be doomed. So, the fact that we have a younger team means there's such a capacity for growth. The older players within the group are not even that old. We're talking about Reinhart and Ristolainen, who are just approaching the prime of their careers. And those guys have been spectacular in all of this. They've been very supportive in any changes, tweaks we've made, and progressions we've moved toward. So a younger team, I guess, again, if we had an older team and our record was the way it was, that would be a tough situation. The younger team definitely has a growth mindset. There's an appetite for more. There's nothing that they can hang on to from their career. They can't reflect back and say, boy, I scored 10 goals here on the power play. I need to play here. That's the only thing in my head I need to do. They're kind of an open canvas in that regard. And as long as we keep them believing that there's more to go after, we're good. And that's easy to show, what the next challenge is for them. And we've had a good role at that. They're embracing the fact that we're playing teams that are hungry every night, teams that are quality. So that's going to push, their development even further, as long as they engage the way we've talked about.
Pardon my phone going off. I guess I'll pay the fine, but thank you.
Don, a lot's been made about Dustin's style and that it's not as refined as other goalies and so forth, and that he has to scramble. Just what have you learned about his style, watching him now for 9-10 games up close?
Yeah, I'm not privy to all the styles of goaltenders. There's so many intricacies to that. But, from the standpoint of goalies in hockey and stopping pucks, you see that there's a couple things. The drive and competitiveness to the fight to make saves and second saves. I mean, he's competitive. It overrides everything. And then he has hockey sense. He reads shooters. He reads his surroundings, what's around him, potential second chances, second stick on a puck. So he has a lot of hockey sense and a lot of competitiveness, and obviously lots of years in the position that he finds a way to make a save in any manner possible through good reads and competitiveness.
Don, a lot was made about the 6-on-3 the other night, but just in general, when you look back at that game, the power play was 0 for 6, maybe took a little step back from the previous two. Where was it falling short in your mind Tuesday?
Really, you know what? That's a great thing to bring up, Mike, because it has struggled, and it really, really simple. I spoke with a group this morning on it, went through some film. The best power plays think shot mentality. Even the way they posture the puck on their stick shows a shot threat. We got away from that, and we've gotten away from that and gone more to a pass mentality, or let's set up a play. And when you do that, subconsciously the penalty kill is reacts and is ready to cover any pass option. When you posture as a threat, subconsciously they fall back and pass lanes inadvertently open up. So we need to shift our mentality on that to a shot threat. I mentioned after the game I wasn't happy with it with our group. I wasn't happy with it with myself. We got away from that, and we need to flip that to a shot mentality. That doesn't mean grab it, shoot it all the time, but you have to posture for shots, be a threat. That will open up more, and we haven't done that. Very simple. Going forward, we need to see that.
Thank you, Don.
You're welcome, guys.